Hello, it's Annette here and you're very welcome. In this video, I show you how to change the 6 bad messages controlling what you think about yourself using what I call my nip and flip method. If you're not very familiar with the 6 bad messages, I have a video in the pinned comment explaining how we learn them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take each of the 6 bad messages one by one, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works in real life. How does nip and flip work in real life? We'll take the first bad message, and it is, I am not enough. How does this impact your life? You might constantly feel like you have to prove yourself. You constantly feel you are useless. And that is a terrible way to live, to go through life feeling you're useless. For example, you may work really hard, achieve a lot, and still feel it's not enough. Or maybe you avoid opportunities because you feel you're going to be useless, so what's the point in doing something? Say in a relationship, you assume you won't be valued or loved, as you don't think you've anything to offer. So, when you are aware that this bad message is sneaking into your mind, what are we going to do? We're going to nip and flip it. And how do you do this? You notice the thought, I am not enough, coming into your head. You immediately nip it. You don't let it in. And then you flip it and you say to yourself, I am enough as I am. I don't have to prove myself to anyone. I am worth enough just as I am. What changes when you nip and flip? Over time, you begin to apply for opportunities you would have avoided in the past. Or you might allow yourself to feel satisfied with what you have achieved instead of constantly chasing more. You start to value yourself. You start to get some self-confidence. You start to feel good about yourself. You start to like yourself. In your relationship, maybe, you start to recognize that you have lots to offer, and you start to believe that you are lovable. Let's take the second bad message, and it is, I am responsible for everyone around me. I'm responsible for others. How does this impact your life? Well, you feel responsible for other people's emotions. So if somebody is upset, you feel it's your job to sort it out, to make them happy. You may feel it's your job to sort out other people's problems, and you exhaust yourself doing this because you're going around fixing everyone else's problems and you're not looking after your own. In a relationship, you may feel it's your job to keep your partner happy all the time, so your needs go unmet. So when you are aware that this bad message is sneaking into your head, that you are responsible for everyone else, let's nip and flip it. And how do you do this? You notice the thought coming into your head, I am responsible for fixing this. You don't let it go any further. You nip it, and then you immediately flip it, and you say to yourself, no, 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 no. I am responsible for myself, and other adults are responsible for themselves. What changes when you nip and flip this bad message? You begin to set boundaries. You can start to say no to people without feeling guilty. And you start to acknowledge that you are allowed to look after yourself without feeling you have to be looking after everyone else at the same time. You are able to put your energy into sorting out your own problems. You stop going through life so exhausted from carrying problems that don't belong to you. In your relationship, for example, you stop putting all your energy and focus into keeping your partner happy, and you begin to see that it is okay for you to focus on you being happy too. Let's take the third bad message, and it is, don't trust my feelings and don't trust my instincts. How does this impact your life? You may constantly second guess yourself. You don't really know how you feel about anything, or anything important because you are not sure of how you feel about anything. You can't make decisions and you don't trust your own judgment. So what happens? You start relying heavily on other people to make decisions for you. You don't know how to listen to your instincts. You can't. So you're not able to protect yourself. In a new relationship, for example, you might sense something is wrong about a situation. You might sense a red flag about the person or their behavior or the words they say. Your instincts are trying to tell you to be wary of this person, but you're not sure because you don't know how to trust them. So you talk yourself out of it. And then what happens? You end up going out with this person and you end up in a toxic relationship where you get hurt. So when you are aware that this bad message is sneaking into your mind, we're going to nip and flip it. And how do you do this? You notice the thought, gosh, I'm not really sure how I feel about this, and I don't really know what my instincts are saying. You notice that sneaking into your mind. You immediately nip it, and then you flip it, and you say to yourself, my feelings and my instincts matter. I am able to trust what they are telling me. They are always right, and I must listen to them. What changes when you nip and flip this message? You begin to listen to yourself. You are able to make decisions with confidence. You feel strong in your decisions. You listen to what your feelings and instincts are telling you, so you are able to protect yourself. You're less likely to end up in a toxic or abusive situation because you're able to protect yourself. In a relationship, you are able to listen to how you really feel about the relationship, and you are able to acknowledge that these feelings are real. You don't dismiss them. Your relationship becomes healthier as you are able to trust your feelings and your instincts to guide you to a healthy, loving, safe relationship. And therefore, you are less likely to find yourself in a relationship that isn't good for you. Let's take the fourth bad message. And it is, I am bad and I'm always wrong. How does this impact your life? You may feel shame. Always feel shame, deep down shame. For example, you might blame yourself for things that are not your fault. Or you may feel that you are fundamentally flawed. You go through life never being able to like yourself and always telling yourself that you're a problem. In a relationship, you assume the blame whenever there is a problem. You don't ever expect to be valued and loved, as you constantly ask yourself, how could anyone love me when I'm just bad and I'm always wrong? So, when you are aware that this bad message is sneaking into your mind, let's nip and flip it. And how do you do this? Again, you notice the thought, I'm bad and I'm always wrong, sneaking into your mind. You immediately stop it. You don't let it land. You nip it and then you immediately flip it. And you say to yourself, I'm not bad and I'm not always wrong. I am a human being who deserves understanding and compassion, and I deserve to be valued as I am a good person. What changes when you nip and flip this bad message? You begin to treat yourself with kindness. You stop telling yourself you are always bad, and you stop telling yourself you are always wrong. You stop feeling ashamed of who you are. You begin to see good things about yourself that you'd never been able to see before. Isn't that fantastic? You begin to like yourself. You begin to feel proud of yourself. In your relationship, you approach it knowing that you are worthy of love and worthy of respect. And you now know that you deserve to be valued. You deserve to be loved. Now let's take the fifth bad message. And it is, I am alone Nobody loves me. How does this impact your life? You probably feel isolated and lonely, even when you're around others. You never quite feel you can relax, as you have nobody who you can rely on to help you out when things get tough. You go through life feeling that you just don't belong. It's like you're on a solitary journey with no real connections, as you don't think anyone would be bothered connecting with you. Isn't that really sad? In your relationship, you may stay in it even if it's unhealthy. You may stay in it even if it's unhealthy because you're too scared of being on your own. You don't think you'll ever find anyone else, so you stay in any relationship even if it's hurting you. So, when you are aware that this bad message is sneaking into your mind, let's nip and flip it. And how do you do this? Again, you notice the thought, I'm alone. Nobody loves me. You notice that creeping into your mind and you immediately stop it, you nip it, and then you flip it. And you say to yourself, I'm not alone. I can build safe and supportive connections. There are plenty of people in my life who love me and who care about me and who value me. What changes when you nip and flip this bad message? You become more open to healthy relationships. You can let other people into your world. You are open to meeting new people and you begin to feel that you do belong, that you are part of the world. You feel less lonely as you go through your life, as you know there are people in your life who really do love you and who really do value you. In your relationship, you are able to feel strong in yourself. You know you deserve to be loved and you know you deserve to be part of a relationship. You are able to move on from a relationship if it is not good for you, as you are not afraid to be single for a while. You know you'll find someone else to love you. You have plenty of human connections to help you through a breakup if you have to. You don't settle just to avoid being single. You have the confidence and you know you can meet somebody because you are worth loving. Now let's take the final message, the final bad message, the sixth bad message. And it is, I must be perfect or nobody will love me. And how does this impact your life? You feel constant pressure to get everything right. Oh my God. For example, you may overwork, overthink, and you end up feeling exhausted as you're constantly striving to achieve perfection in everything you do, and you'll never achieve perfection. And no matter what you achieve, even if it's fantastic, it never feels enough. In your relationship, you spend all your time trying to do everything to perfection to please your partner. But all this does is exhaust you. Even if your partner does love you and does respect you and care for you, you don't believe this, as you know you are not perfect. So how could anyone love you if you're not perfect? So when you are aware that this bad message is sneaking into your mind, let's nip and flip it. And how do you do this? You notice the thought, I must be perfect or nobody will love me. You notice that sneaking into your mind, creeping into your mind. You immediately nip it in the bud. You don't let it pass. You don't let it land. And then you flip it and you say to yourself, I don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love. I am lovable just as I am. What changes when you nip and flip? You begin to relax. You lower the bar and you don't set such high expectations for yourself. Expectations you're never going to achieve because they're too high. You start to feel that life is not a constant challenge, that you don't have to be the best at everything. You start to see life not as a competition, but as an experience you are allowed to enjoy. You allow yourself to be human in that you allow yourself to make mistakes. And you experience relaxation rather than constant pressure. In your relationship, you are able to enjoy just being with someone. You stop trying to constantly please them. You stop trying to be perfect. You are able to relax and just be with your partner. You're able to enjoy simple things. You're able to see for the first time that you are lovable just as you are, with all your imperfections, just like your partner's imperfections. Now, if you think you are constantly putting yourself down, then I want to encourage you to start using nip and flip, because nip and flip really does work. You can control what you think about yourself. You can ditch the 6 bad messages and replace them with 6 good messages. Remember, be easy on yourself. The 6 bad messages were learned over time when you were a child. And now, as an adult, over time, anything we learned as a child can be unlearned. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps.